What's up, everybody? I'm Amber. This is Amber's Logic. Got a new video for you today with a boxing recap update. We had a great fight last night on HBO with Francisco Vargas versus Orlando Salido. If people want to talk about like Gotti Ward being a great fight, to me, God bless the dead to my boy Gotti, but this to me was a better fight in my opinion. This was consistent. There were no lulls. I mean, maybe the only lulls were maybe in the first 2 rounds, kind of, because they were kind of filling each other out and they were trying to box a little bit. And then it turned into an all-out slugfest. 2 true Mexicans fighting Mexican style, which means toe-to-toe and slugging it out phone booth style. And that's exactly what we saw for 12 rounds. I feel like Salido kind of controlled the early part of the fight, and then I feel like Vargas was like, you know, I need to step up, and then he started stepping up in the middle rounds, and he caught Orlando Salido with a vicious, like classic Mike Tyson style uppercut. But I gotta give Orlando Salido his credit. He's been down multiple times, but he didn't go down from that, and that was a massive shot. The stones on that guy and the chin that Salido has, not the point that he never gets knocked down, but the point that he always gets up, and his determination is crazy. Like, I can't believe at his age how hard he's able to go for 12 rounds. I salute at that, man. I mean, Salido, I've never watched a fight with Salido and been disappointed. And Vargas too, he lets his hands go, he's not scared to get hit, he stands in the pocket. This is exactly what people thought it would be, and it lived up to all expectations and possibly exceeded expectations. I mean, this was a nip and tuck fight, back and forth. I thought this fight was up in the air until like the final 4 rounds, I would say, that were the most important. And in my opinion, people split those last 4 rounds. They'll give the 9th and 10th to Vargas, most people, and then the 11th and 12th to Salido, which caused the majority draw. But in my opinion, I feel like that Salido won, I'd say 10, 11, and 12 in my opinion. But I can see how somebody could sway towards giving Vargas the 10th round. He landed possibly a couple more clean shots, but Salido kept coming. I mean, Salido, I love watching Salido fight Orlando Salido, seriously. I like watching both of them fight. I actually want to see a rematch here since it was a draw. And I mean, I'd like to see this on an undercard of a major pay-per-view. I don't know who, but Orlando Salido and Vargas need to fight again, and it needs to be on a major pay-per-view undercard. That I assure you. Do I feel that this should have been a draw? I can't be upset that it was a draw. I mean, I can see it was nip and tuck the whole fight. I mean, you'll think Salido's gaining ground, and all of a sudden Vargas land a clean shot, and then he'll be in control. But what I will say that Salido was doing that I believe helped him out is that in the early rounds he was really focusing on the body of Vargas. He was really focusing on the body, and that might have slowed him down enough because, to me, Vargas has a superior skill and speed. I mean, clearly, in my opinion, but Salido's heart, work ethic, and ring intelligence, I think, allowed him to stay in this fight. And in my opinion, I believe he won the fight. In my scorecard, it was 112-114, where he should have won by 2 rounds. I think he banked a couple middle rounds and a couple of those early rounds where he should have had enough to win this fight. But I'm not upset that this is a draw. This is completely possible. Great fight, nip and tuck, back and forth. No one was giving anybody any breathing room. They stayed in the phone booth and were letting their hands go on the. If you were even on the ropes, the person on the ropes was even being offensive. I mean, this was a very, very exciting fight. Very exciting fight. I mean, to pay tribute to Muhammad Ali and how they did, and how HBO did that, and then to have a fight like this was a great fight in my opinion. If you have not watched it, it is on HBO. It should be on there today. Orlando Salido versus Francisco Vargas. Now, this isn't one of those fights where you'll go to the bathroom and then come back. You need to watch this whole fight in its entirety. This is what the boxing fans and casuals want to see, is just two people slugging it out, just bopping each other in the head left and right, blood everywhere. That's what people wanted to see. That's what you saw. Great fight. I don't really have any complaints of any of the scorecards or this being a draw. Though I felt Salido won, the draw is okay. It's just unfortunate to see Salido get so close so many times and it's a draw, or he loses by a round or two. I just like to see him get another title. It's kind of like he's like almost like second best, but he has enough heart and enough integrity and intelligence to be number one. It's just things don't go his way, or a scorecard doesn't go his way, and it's unfortunate. But besides all that, he is definitely an action fighter. So is Vargas. I wouldn't mind seeing either one of these fighters again. I would definitely love to see a rematch, but I was thoroughly entertained with yesterday's boxing match between Vargas and Salido. I'm Amra. This is Amra's Logic. This is my recap of HBO's boxing last night of Orlando Salido versus Francisco Vargas. Subscribe, comment, just do something. Gone.